Okay, then get a hold of your boy Lewis.
No, I mean all his politics I don't like in general.
Okay,
one time he talks about I was thinking about kneeling at the American flag. It's like we better kick him out of this country. If you come over here, I was like American citizen, you can come kneel. But no other person from another country come kneel at our flag. Someone better drop kick him and send him on a plane.
Hey, welcome to Not a Fitted Podcast. It's your boy Anthony, the Conservative Chicano, and guys, I'm representing. None of you, I got no applause. You weren't happy for me. Why are you not happy for me?
Well, happy for
I'm
what?
representing. We playing in the World Cup right here.
You're American. Unless you don't have papers, maybe I didn't know.
Hold on.
Dig.
You want to chime in?
I didn't say that.
No, because if you say it, it's
Yeah, I'm
racist.
not allowed to say that.
Yeah, but what you want to ask me? Do I have papers? Is that what you asked? I am. I'm an American citizen. I was born in San Diego, just for the record.
Close.
That is close.
A few miles away.
But close. In this instance, close gets you on the team.
Yeah.
So,
It does.
Close is good.
You know what? That is close. You're
Yeah,
100% right there. I never thought about it like that, but since you mentioned it. But no, I wanted to wear because you wore your America, you wore a USA soccer shirt last year. I'm gonna wear the Mexico shirt today. I don't really care. I ain't gonna watch. I'm just doing it to get under your skin. That's all I was doing.
Oh, it doesn't bother me.
I know it doesn't bother me. But I guess you guys said that everybody's repping shirts at the schools, though. Everybody. Do you see more Mexico shirts or more America shirts? Kids at school.
He would know because
Your daughter's in summer school.
she's in
What
summer
do you see a
school.
lot of?
Mexico.
Really?
Ton.
And how's that make you feel, Bishop?
don't-
You don't care, do you?
No.
But what shirt are you wearing?
F1 shirt, Formula One shirt, Lewis
you-
Hamilton.
Okay, just tell the audience. I mean, maybe some people don't know F1. What is it?
It's just in race cars, just a type of open wheel racing. It's like the fastest cars in the world.
Okay,
Lewis
who's
Hamilton's from where?
He's British.
Okay, but who is he though?
I don't really. I
Is
like
that
him as a race car
No,
driver.
is that the one,
but-
Dane Kardashian?
Yeah, so
his
that's
career's
like,
over.
Yeah, so
His career is over.
His career's over. So we give him a plus or minus 3 years here on that career.
actually he was doing really bad. Now he's doing really well right now.
No. That's no. Plus
So-
or minus 3 years. What do you give him? He's dating a Kardashian. What are you gonna give him?
No, he's still doing all right.
No, I give him less than 3 years. What about you, Mike?
Well, he's on the end of his career anyway,
He's old
right?
already. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him less than 2 years then. Whatever. Can you name one person who's done better after Kardashian?
No.
Okay, then get a hold of your boy Lewis.
No, I mean all his politics I don't like in general.
Okay, but
one time he talks about I was thinking about kneeling at the American flag. It's like we better kick him out of this country. If you come over here, I was like American citizen, you can come kneel. But no other person from another country come kneel at our flag. Someone better drop kick him and send him on a plane. Like no way. I was like no way. He bet not.
Coming from you. This is so funny. Tell me how you really feel.
Oh no, like for Kaepernick, I didn't have an issue with it. But someone else from a different country coming doing that,
You better respect our flag.
You better respect our flag. You better stand up and salute it.
What do you think?
This is great.
care?
I just sit here.
You just sit here eating your popcorn, huh?
Yeah.
Just get your little popcorn going.
Yeah. He's pretty woke, I think, because I think I
You know, he
remember
is.
seeing
Okay.
he had every flag or whatever
Yeah.
on his helmet.
I don't know anything about that. I love watching it. I just don't know anything about
Yeah, if
it.
you don't understand it, it is the stupidest thing to watch. Like it's so boring. If you understand it, it's entertaining. But if you don't understand it, it's,
Right.
Yeah, it's you like what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fast though. People
Yeah.
don't understand how quick they accelerate and how quick they brake. And yeah, no, I absolutely love it. We were talking about something before we got on air. I thought it would be a great topic of discussion. Remember, by the way, I'm not offended. We talk about everything. We even joke around. Comedy is back, and we poke at each other, and I'm glad we can. It's good because we all love each other. Plus, I'm godparent. I'm something to all your kids. I don't know what I am. I'm money. That's what I am. But anyway, and hopefully babysitter for JoJo. I mean, he just needs to come hang out at the ranch all day. How about that? Just get rid of him for the whole day.
Sounds good.
Might not get him back though, huh? He might just be with the chickens.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
I think I could wear him out. I mean, I got Lobo. Lobo's my dog. Well, Lobo's not actually my dog. Did I ever tell you guys it's not my dog? Did I mention that yet? I pay for it though. If you pay for it, does that mean it's yours?
In the court of law, maybe.
Okay. What'd you think? If you pay for it, does that make it yours?
I mean, if you pay for something, yeah.
Okay, what
I
am
mean,
I?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. It's tricky.
See?
Is this a white thing? Is this tricky?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, we do like our pets.
We do, but you know what? It's okay. I'll pay for it and they can have it. I don't care. That's fine. But I think Lobo can wear him out. The dog can just run and run and run. And when he wants to play, he'll nip at you a little bit. Just kind of grab your leg a little bit. I say, would you bring JoJo out? We'll let him. Bro, JoJo might just take a nap in the yard. He just might be so tired, just fall over and nap. You're betting against me. I feel like you're betting against me.
I mean, it's hopeful, but I don't know.
We'll bring Judah out too. We'll just let them all run. They can throw whatever they want to throw. They can hit whatever they want to hit.
Yeah. Can we do it today?
After 5. Okay, so we were talking about something before we got on the air. You were telling me about Chris Johnson, drafted by the Tennessee Titans, right? I believe he had the fastest 40. Does he still hold the record, or is there a person who beat him? Fastest 40 time.
I feel like there's a new record holder for 40 like every year.
Okay,
now.
but he had the fastest 40 time, and I definitely think he still has the fastest running back 40 time. But he was running back in the NFL, correct?
Yeah, I just remember him because we're about the same age. He's probably your age, like I think 40, right there. And
okay, hold on. He's not 40.
He's about to be 40.
Are you about to be 40?
Yeah.
Okay, but you never know how old you are.
Yeah, I know you're 40. The reason I know now is because
I'm 10 years older.
Yeah, you're 10 years older. You keep telling everyone you're 50, so I know I'm going to be 40.
How old's Pastor? 52. I'm going to be 42. Okay, so he's the same age?
So I remember when we were younger, he was one of the first people that I remember getting 2,000 yards in a season.
Yes. He's so fast.
And like you would play with him on Madden because he was so fast.
Well, it's like he got shot out of a cannon. Like if nobody got a hand on him out past the line of scrimmage, so quick.
I think he was even on the cover of one of the Maddens.
What? He was as a Titan. Yeah. Okay, bring us up to speed. What's going on with him?
I saw a headline this morning that said he's diagnosed with ALS, and so I watched an interview with
known as Lou Gehrig's disease, correct?
Yeah. And I saw an interview with him and Michael Strahan, who also ex-football player, but he works for morning shows now.
CBS, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Good Morning America.
Good Morning America. Some way. Yeah. Anyway, like Chris Johnson's like young, in shape, and he.
And what did he say the year before?
Yeah, like so he was diagnosed in 25.
Right.
And within that amount of time, now he's speaking through a machine. Like it has, like his eyes can tell the computer like what to say. They made sure to record his voice audibly before he lost it, so that people could still hear him speak. And
they're thinking he's going to live how long?
They didn't say, but I mean, how far it's progressed in such a short amount of time, within a year or two.
Whoa. That makes you guys think. That makes you think, huh? That makes you, whoa, life is precious. So I had a question before we got on air about that. We had talked probably about a year ago about Elon Musk and Neuralink. And Neuralink is basically a computer chip that goes into your head, and it can help people who've been paralyzed to walk again. It's exactly what it says, Neuralink.
Well, what it does right now is really just help you control machines.
Correct.
So it hasn't got to the stage to help you actually move or things yet.
Correct. They want it to progress. But my question, just in general, yes, thank you. Ethically, if you had a loved one who was paralyzed, and we were that far, of course, not right now, but we were that far that it could actually be inserted and give them the ability to walk again, would you do it?
Man, me and Mike talked a little bit actually yesterday about this like health stuff, and I get a lot of questions now more and more about like peptides and things like that. People want to know like,
I love peptides.
What does the church think? What do pastors think? Whatever.
So go ahead, put it right here. Ask me whatever you want about peptides, and I'll give you an answer. Go ahead.
So people were asking me, and so what I was telling people before, I was like a little kind of like anti taking things, but one thing that I realize I'm blessed with, I've had good health like all my life, and people who are in pain or struggling, like they just want to figure out a way, how can I get relief?
Correct.
And a lot of times we could think, and Mike have a good point, well, if it has a label Pfizer on it, like we're okay with it. Right. But then if it doesn't, we're like, oh, that's evil, like you shouldn't be doing that. And it's like what's the difference? And so I think you have to look at every situation differently. Like, what are people going through? What's happening right now? How can they find relief in this moment to really, hey, I want to live life, and not just taking it because of this vain thing. And I think that's why you have to look through it through a different lens of like, what are people going through?
Okay, what about you, Mike? Ethically, what are you thinking? Would you do it?
Is the question an ethical question because it has to do with the brain?
Yeah. And you're inserting a chip. Well, that's what it is.
Well, you already
Yeah.
take medication that also ibuprofen alters your brain. Like all these things.
Yeah, we're just asking ethically because I'm going to go to the next step as soon as we answer. It's going to progress. What is your thought? The person's paralyzed, quadriplegic. The Neuralink comes in.
Oh yeah, I mean it's always easy to kind of like slow down and really have a deep conversation about this when it doesn't hit home. But if it's like your wife,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, and she like can no longer be the mom, the wife. Like,
right?
What do you do?
Right.
Man, it would be really hard to not do it.
Okay. Let's go a step further. Neuralink now has created a chip to where you can insert it in your brain, and it makes you limitless. You can upload a language. You could upload a skill set. You could upload, AI to be able to answer questions. Ethically, is that right or is that wrong? Or, I know we're getting a little matrix, but that's where we're going.
I don't know, man. I guess I don't see a huge issue with it. I know one that's out like right now that people are doing. What people are saying they're doing in China is like gene editing.
Oh yeah.
So changing the eye color, skin color.
What do you think about that?
And so I think for me that could be a bigger like ethical issue.
I think that is completely a bigger issue.
Yeah,
messing with stuff.
Another one. Yeah, like you're designing a kid.
Okay, which if I can, I think we're on the same page. One is you're already created, you're already here, and something's going wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking like you said something like MS. MS debilitates you. That's Francisco Mendoza's mom. So you mean to tell me if they created something that would stave off further symptoms and actually get her better, they wouldn't do it? Heck yeah, who wouldn't do it? He remembers his mom's a certain way, and he'd have the money to do it now. He's a lovable guy, so he's gonna get a lot of endorsements. So of course you're gonna do it. I'm talking about now. Excuse me. What you're talking about now with gene editing, that person ain't even created yet. And you playing God. You messing with stuff.
Yeah, I think for me,
one
that's
is
the bigger
fixing, one is creating.
Yeah, one is almost basically medicine. It's just at a different degree, greater scale. But if people in generations before looked at what we're doing now, they're like, "Hey, you guys were doing some magic," you know.
Well, I was thinking about that when Ethan broke his wrist, right? When I broke my arm, as compared to when he broke his wrist, the healing methods was different. The timetable was different. The even cast was different. I snapped my arm in half. I had to have two pins surgically inserted while they snapped it back in place and then try to get it to fuse again. I was in a cast forever. This kid had 1 or 2 needles in there and never had a cast on. It was like, so you're right. Even these methods are different, right? I think the gene editing, I think we'd all could agree, like you playing with fire, like you're gonna get you a Frankenstein. I think these things, especially case by case scenario, and I agree with you. Just because somebody puts Pfizer on it, I mean, can we really trust them? How about that COVID shot? You know what I mean? Like we're finding more and more stuff out all the time now. I don't know. So I don't know. Should we be trusting them? Like I know there's a lot of homeopathic, a lot of natural things that people should be doing. Like I'm gonna pick on me. I'm not getting an upset stomach now. I take activated charcoal. I don't even be taking Pepto-Bismol and stuff. My first thing is go to activated charcoal. That's been used for thousands of years. You know, and it's just in a pill form now instead of just going and getting charcoal, which it really is charcoal. People don't know. But I know you know this because I know your family too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, why just because the pharmacy got a hold of it, right? Like the whole thing with hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and this stuff that people were saying was crazy. And it's not. We had been using it for hundreds of years already.
Well,
100 years.
Ideally, that would be the process. If we were hoping our government is trustworthy, they have the best interest for us. In all these companies, same thing. We wanted to go through these regulations to know it's safe for our population.
Right.
That would be ideal. That we don't have to go search for things or like know what the government hasn't approved it yet. So if we could trust them, let's wait for them to approve it and we'll take it. That would be ideal for society to work and do well. But unfortunately, everything gets corrupted.
And that brings me to just real quick. We won't get into it and we'll just move right along. When the peptide retatrutide comes out, and we might even get bleeped for that just because I'm not supposed to say it yet, but all the reports are out. Everybody's done a podcast on it now. Dr. Huberman, all of them, all the top guys have done this podcast about retatrutide. Even Dr. Aiello, the one who was on the Epstein list, but can't talk no more, but he even did a podcast about it. Everybody's done a podcast. Not one person has said this isn't the cure-all. They've all said it. This is the golden standard. What Retta is able to do to your body because of deficiencies. And by the way, the deficiencies come from the vegetables we eat now that are just genetically modified, the food we eat, or the beef and the meats we eat because they're modified, and all the hormones and all the pesticides and you name it, all this stuff that's taken away from us. What Red is doing is healing the gut and is getting the body. Long story short, all of the peer-reviewed, all the information, all the stuff from Eli Lilly, who's the maker of it, right? It's nobody can believe what they're reading. Nobody can believe what they're reading on how of a supernatural thing this is. And by the way, the epidemic in America is not a food scarcity problem. It's a healthy food scarcity problem. That's why. Because you can't have heart disease and obesity as number one and number two of the problems in America, and yet you're saying there's a food scarcity. There's not a food scarcity. There's a healthy food scarcity. And so one of the biggest problems is people are insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, all this stuff at such a young age that it's even affecting men. Men's genetic abilities to reproduce, aka figure out the math there, they're at the lowest levels they've ever been in the history of us recording because of the obesity epidemic amongst young men. And so they're trying to get it's in the final stage. The only reason it hasn't been approved, it can be approved, but the only reason it's not out there is it's in a lawsuit. I watched the whole podcast, Diary CEO, with the guy who knows all about the lawsuit. What the lawsuit is for Retta is because it's a 39 blockchain amino acid, and by law on the books you can only have that for X amount of years under a patent. But if it was a 40 blockchain amino acid, you could double it. But Retta is only 39, so they're trying to figure out a way to subvert the law because why? Then you have it for X amount of more years that you can collect money on. I say all that because you say trust the government. And this is the problem that people have with the government. We actually have something good, something that can help all of our society, and they said estimated value, okay? Estimated value when the drug hits the market, it's going to put everybody else out of business. All the Ozempics, all the GLP-1s, all the GLP-2s, all of it, it's going to put them all out, gone, done. They're saying trillions. Eli Lilly will make trillions. Not trillions.
I don't think they're going to make that.
Why?
Because people already get it.
Okay.
And so that was the big issue they already have. They're like...
Do you know how they get it, though?
Yeah, I know how they get it. And they're trying to... That's a big issue even with those companies. They're like, hey, we got to outlaw... They got to work with the government. You got to make it legal for people to get it.
And that's what they're doing.
Because we're never going to get it. And issue two, they already came up with a new one.
Yeah.
Mega something. But yeah, this is already... And so I think for the big pharmacy, their issue is like, how do we make money off of this? That's why it's going so slow. They're trying to figure that out.
Well, because they're trying to make it... They're trying to prosecute people who are getting it illegal. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? But once again, okay, but the question... We're talking ethics. The question is, if it can help people, why are we making people jump through hoops? It's like insulin. Why should insulin be so expensive still? We've had it for the last 80 years.
I mean, I still even think with that, I think there should be bigger studies done with it. But I do think at the same time that you have the big pharmacy companies are like, how do I make money off of this?
Always.
How do I fight with the government to make money off it? So.
Well, you buy them off.
Well, no, so I'm saying they have the money to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you buy them off. That's how you do it. So but we are living, since we're talking about it, we're living in a time where I think it was am I saying his name right? Huberman?
Huberman.
Something like that. Do you like him? I try to listen to him every time I see him on another podcast. I like the guy.
I don't listen that much.
Do you get lost?
No, I'm just tired of listening to medical stuff. Just eat better and exercise.
Oh, okay.
If people don't do the basics, like if you can't do the basics, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm starting to geek out at it. I just heard the Diary CEO. He had another guy on talking about.
I saw that one. Yeah.
We're gonna regrow body parts and stuff. He talked about the ice and anyway, that was great. I didn't understand anything he was talking about for the first hour because it was all medical stuff. But man, I was like, but we gonna grow something back? I mean, I was just excited. My point is, he said something that everybody seems to kind of be reverberating, is that, you know how technology, back when you guys were younger? Not me, because of course we didn't have cell phones, we had car phones, you know what I mean? Back when you guys were younger.
Back in my day.
We had pagers, you know what I mean? Shout out pagers.
I had a pager.
Did you have a pager? Remember when technology was, every year it was like doubling? Or first it was like every 3 years it was doubling, then it went down like every 2 years, then every year, and now they're talking about like it's every 6 months. The guy who was talking about regrowing having the ability to regrow certain body parts back. He said in the medical field right now, they can't keep up because of the AI software and what you're able to do by running different equations and calculations and all this stuff. He said even in the medical field now, we're down to less than a year. Something. He said he really believes by 2040, we'll have answers to stuff we never knew we'd have answers for. Like I'm just telling you what he said. He said for people not to live past 100 is going to be an anomaly. Everybody's living over 100. Everybody's living over 100 in good health. I don't know.
I think
there's some truth in that.
I think once you start doing stuff like that, we're gonna have problems. We have lots of problems. You talk about the population of the Earth is going to be a lot larger. If people are living 15 years more, where are they going to be at?
Okay. No,
housing market. I mean, talk about food scarcity.
Talk about Social Security scarcity.
I mean, so I think that elongating people's lives that much, I think would really benefit.
You're not wrong, but the problem is no one's having kids. No, I mean.
So we're evening out.
I mean, no one.
This America's in trouble.
Europe's in trouble.
Yeah, because we don't have enough kids.
UK, Australia. I could give even China.
There's like a number you have to have a replacement. It's like each family needs to have like I can't remember the numbers. Like say 2.7 kids.
I think it was 3.
And
I think it was 3.
We're not,
we're not even close. It's bad. It's super bad. So anyway, I'm just saying. I think we need to start talking about ethical questions because it's getting there now. It's really getting there, and we're gonna have to have these conversations, and we're gonna need the Word of God to guide us and direct us. But this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's gonna be difficult. I mean, I know people want to jump to like, hey, let's take this, but we've seen this before. People move stuff forward, like the COVID shot. Hey, when you don't test it on people, a large population of people, you don't know fully the side effects of it. You can think you can know. You can think, hey, this works, for this small group of people, but you don't know, and people are so quick to just go grab stuff.
No, you're right. Okay, moving right along, we have to talk about it, guys. We have to talk about it because everybody was talking about it. The pastor who beat the living snot out of that guy. We've all seen the videos. They saying his church grew by 1,000 people this weekend.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but were you aware of the pastor who beat the snot out of some guy, made the news, was all over Twitter? I mean, it literally broke X.
I watched a bunch of videos after you sent it to me.
Okay, what do you think of that guy? You like him?
I don't know. We can watch it.
Okay, let's watch the video. Okay, watch the video. If you guys ever say, watch this right here.
The Father and the Son. There's not a day goes by. I live about a quarter of a mile up here next to the Methodist Church. They'll come by, if we're out in the yard working, they'll roll the window down and start screaming vulgarities and blowing the horn. Then they'll pull up in that church parking lot, circle out, roll the window down, and start screaming at my wife, vulgarities, talking about raping them, and my mother-in-law who's 87 years old, and it's just, they do that every day.
In recent weeks, there have been threats by them to rape an 8-year-old black girl who attends this church. And even today, there was a threat to rape Pastor Spell's wife.
Anything you would like to say to your congregation, to the people out here in Baton Rouge?
I have church on Tuesday night. I'm heading to the pulpit right now. I've got a red-hot sermon ready.
Okay. He said, I got a red-hot sermon. Okay, what do you think?
The opening to his sermon is really good.
What's the opening to his sermon?
Yeah, he got out of jail, then went straight to go preaching.
Okay.
It talked about laying on hands.
Okay.
He did what the word said.
Oh, he did what the word said?
But you don't know how fast he's going to recover from this one.
He said, I don't think he's recovering.
What are your thoughts about that? Freedom of speech, though, Mike. Freedom of speech.
Freedom's not free.
What did you think about?
He didn't do the right thing. No,
you don't think he did the right thing?
He didn't do the right thing.
What if I
understand why he did it. I'm not mad at him for doing it.
Okay.
But he didn't do the right
thing.
So
if you're a jury of his peers, you convicted him?
I mean, he did the wrong thing. I'm not saying I convicted him, though.
Okay. you double talking right now. Are you convicting him?
He technically broke the law.
Okay, but you know the guy swung first, right?
Yeah, but if at some point he wasn't in danger. The threat was neutralized.
You think he could have walked away at some point?
Okay, but you know he did throw first.
I didn't see that.
He did. I showed him.
He comes across the street, and the guy approaches him.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
and
he swings first.
You know,
okay.
You know, Louisiana got a stand your ground law.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's for shooting folks, though. I mean,
No, it's self-defense basically.
for all things.
Yeah, self-defense. But that changed your mind a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe I'll let him go.
Maybe let him go. Okay. What about you? You mad at him?
Okay. Am I mad at him? No. But Pastor Jerry would say
He's right there. Yeah.
that he probably should not have gone across the street.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, he could have got a shot, right?
Okay.
So was it worth it? If the guy's crazy enough to say he's going to do all those things to you, your wife, your kids, things like that.
Okay, can I ask you a question though? When is a threat no longer a threat, but a real life situation possibility here? Like you really feel like he might do that. When is that the flip of the switch there?
Well, for you to do something, it has to be an immediate threat.
Okay. But it's your wife and kids.
No, I'm not. Again, I've done stuff out of character for people doing stuff that was in my own family that I was like, I regretted doing.
Okay.
Insane. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. I can't judge them because I might have done the same thing.
Okay.
But what I did was also wrong.
Okay.
And what he did, I think, was a little maybe too far.
So can I quote the infamous theologian Tupac, "Only God can judge me"? Thing? Is that appropriate? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Only God can judge me.
Well, no, someone's going to judge him.
They're not gonna have a case. He's in
off.
Louisiana. There's not gonna be no case. There's not gonna be no case.
Yeah, if we were to try to play, I don't like the phrase devil's advocate, but if we were trying to play the other side of the coin.
Yeah,
right?
other side of the coin.
Other side of the coin. He probably just shouldn't have gone across the street.
Okay.
I mean, at that point, like, is
Oh, so he did walk across the street.
oh yeah,
Fast-
it's like a
Here you go.
like a busy street.
Out of his own mouth. Here you
Gotcha.
go. Here you go. Watch this. Well, apparently they took that one down, so I can't show it. But basically, he was justifying what he did. He said he was sick and tired of him talking about raping his wife and raping his grandchildren. And he finally said, "What are you?" I'm paraphrasing. "What are you going to do about it?" So the pastor says, "I went and took care of it. I went and did something about it," and then shut him up. So I don't know how I feel about this one. I do agree. There's the freedom of speech. But I feel like there's also a consequence for what you say. And just like you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater, you probably should watch your mouth. Probably should watch your mouth in the sense of when you're talking about another man's wife, another man's kids, another man's mom, and you talk about raping them. That's probably not the wisest thing for you to do. So I'm not saying what he did is right, but I also ain't mad at him because I don't know what I would do. And I can tell you unequivocally, though, if I was a jury of his peers, I would not, nope, I would not, they better not have me on the jury. This is going to be a hung jury. So I'd be like, hit him again. He going to learn a lesson. So that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I need more prayer, more Jesus. I don't know.
I mean, I think at some point everybody snaps.
Yeah.
Right? Like if he's doing this every single day. Like,
yeah.
And if you really do think that he is, because I guess it's him and his dad.
It's him and his dad grabbing themselves and fondling and doing all sorts of stuff.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have self-control to a point.
That's it. You're going to catch me on a bad day. That's what I'm saying. If I'm on the jury, they wouldn't pick me anyway. But I'm just saying that if I was on the jury, not guilty in my eyes. Just no, tell the guy to shut up next time. Move along. I mean, he ain't dead, so he didn't kill him. He just got a good thumping. That's all.
Yeah, he didn't shoot him.
He didn't shoot him.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, but it was all over the internet. People were going back and forth. This has been going on for a long time. So obviously he had a lot of self-control for a long time, and I think he just snapped.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot better of a defense had he not waited until the nighttime, went to the guy's house and beat him up. He just snapped.
He snapped. He had a moment. You ever had a moment of just snapping? Yeah. So that's all I got to say. But it was all over the internet. How about you all leave it in the comments? What would you do? Some people are saying hey, sooner or later you gotta be the sheepdog for the shepherd. You gotta make sure the wolves stay away. So when is there a right time though? Right, that's what everybody's asking. When's there a right time? Well, I would have said if he came across the street to him and was doing obscenities and threats, then that would be a good time. But I agree with you. You coming across the street to go to him is probably not that justifiable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Okay. I found another clip. I wanted to get your guys' opinion. I really, really like what this person has to say, but that should not sway you. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Did we get church wrong? Watch this.
People on stage at church are not doing the work of the ministry. I said, who wants to see revival in America? Every hand went up. Okay. How do you think we're going to get there? People started shouting stuff. More prayer, more worship events, better sermons, this, that, or the other. Going back to Ephesians 4. Apostles, prophets, shepherds, teachers, evangelists, to equip the saints to do the work of the ministry. We need to remember that. People on stage at church are not doing the work of the ministry. They're the water boys, equipping the saints to do the work of the ministry. Here's some high quality H2O. I'm gonna equip you so that you can go do the work of the ministry.
I know every single time.
So what's the work of the ministry? What are the people of God on earth equipped by the people of the church? They are equipping the saints to do the work of the ministry.
What do you guys think about that? He's saying it's not about bigger buildings, lights, shows, this and the other. It's about us as pastors equipping people to do the ministry. That's the number one way this thing is going to get done. I don't know. I agreed with him. Like, we got to just do a better job of equipping.
But what was his line though? He says at the beginning, and he repeated it, that people on stage are not doing the work of the ministry.
They're doing a work of the ministry.
Okay.
They're not doing the work.
All right.
So in other words, it's not this is all there is to it.
Got it.
Which is what I agree with. I don't know. That's just me being a pastor. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's not a new conversation. So,
But it's not, okay. You're right. It's not, but it is still. Like, it still blows people away. Like, hey, you're supposed to go be the church tomorrow. Like, when you leave Sunday, you're supposed to go be the church. Go be the church when you go out to lunch. Ask the waitress or waiter how they're doing. Give a good tip.
well, I think even the mentality of what church and pastors, or even you go to conferences, what's the focus on? So, I mean, that's the difference. I mean, and it's because I've seen two different worlds where you have people like John MacArthur, who's all about churches for believers.
Right.
I don't care about the unbeliever.
Right.
And so, because I'm equipping you guys to know God's word, and for you to go out to do the ministry, compared to, no, we're about people coming to know Christ and people getting saved in church. It's for you to invite your friends and the unbeliever. So, I mean, this has been, it's nothing new. And I think he's just bringing it up in a different way, but this has been the talk, and this has been the debate for over and over again. But then what we saw during COVID is people weren't strong in their faith, and there's balance.
You're talking about the models of mission. Is it missional or is it attractional? Now, but that fits John MacArthur's theology of predestination. That's why he can say, the church is not for non-believers. Because if God's going to call you, he's going to call you. So I might as well equip you. Yeah. That fits his theology. I get that. But I guess what I'm saying, you're right on the conferences. But I guess what I'm saying is, in my opinion, you can do both.
Yeah, you can. But how many conferences do we go to where the main focus is on how do you better train your people and equip them to actually go do ministry? And there's parts of it, but the focus is more growing your church.
You're not wrong.
So I already know what you believe, and I agree with you. Is this balance? But I still think we're a little, maybe at times with these conferences and things, it's out of balance.
But that's why Jeff Little, shout out Jeff Little, such a breath of fresh air, because it's all about growing big people. It's all about discipling your people. Hey, now that you got them, what are you going to do?
Yeah, but with that will become more people get more offended. They're not as comfortable, so they might just go to a different church. So your win, like we talk about our wins, can always be is our numbers getting bigger on a Sunday morning.
Okay.
It just that does matter, but that can't be your ultimate bottom line goal.
So you're saying metrics. Metrics matter, and what are your metrics? Is what matters the most.
And that sometimes that can't be even a number. It's just a person's story. And so the church didn't blow up, it didn't grow, but man, look at this person's life changed. And so it was a big deal in our meeting. We talked about this, even us to be able to have opportunity for someone to experience Kairos, and they're able to hear it in their own language.
Yeah.
The numbers it wasn't a big increase in numbers, but everyone remembered that story, how impactful that was for that person, that they got to hear it and anticipate in that because of the technologies that we had at the time. Like, it's such a huge win that everyone remembers it. But that wasn't 100 new people coming to our church.
Right.
But that's a huge win.
You agree? We have to redefine our metrics maybe a little bit?
Yeah, but it's hard to measure those things, right? And I think that's probably why when you get into conferences,
what do you mean by hard to measure those? Go ahead.
It's hard to measure somebody's story.
Well, can we give that term engagement though? How engaged they're in?
I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and we were talking about, seeing people who come to church each week, and it's like sometimes based off of like outward appearance, you'll think that maybe somebody's life isn't changing, but there's nothing quantitative to that. There's no numbers that you can associate to that. We're for our church and our campus, we're in a tough spot right now because I looked at our service yesterday, our second service, and I'm like, this is not sustainable. When we cut to September, we gonna need another campus or another service. But I know that because I can see it. I can count chairs. I can count heads. I can count babies. Okay. I can see
count kids,
new people. Yeah. How many new visitors did you have? But I can't count I can't see and I can't count that God's really doing something in your life. And so I think that's what that's the difficult part about it, is when you talk about changing metrics, I can't put that on paper. I can't put the fact that you heard from God for yourself for the very first time. And
that's
then
so good.
And now this guy that's been coming for years and never rose his hands in worship because he always felt a certain way about it, now is there every week. And you can't put that on paper.
Yeah, if I can, real quick story about that. My wife comes home last night. We did young adults. Shout out young adults, right? Adventure More. And she said one of the new gals who started coming to our church, early 20s. And long story short, on first Wednesday, shout out Pastor Matt, Fountain Church. She gave her heart to the Lord. And she goes, I know what I was doing and I love it. And I want to serve Jesus and it's incredible. And then Pastor was preaching that next Sunday, said, hey, think of two people. And she says, I thought of this person. And I thought, man, I haven't seen this person since high school, but I'm going to pray for him anyway. She was here for something, women's night, I think it was. And her friend said, let's go to Target. She goes, I don't want to go to Target. I'm tired. She goes, but okay, but I'll go with you. She ran into the friend she prayed for. She just literally prayed for. Now, here's what's crazy. She didn't see her friend. Her friend saw her and started screaming out her name. She turns around and she goes, that's not possible. I haven't seen you since high school. And she tells her friend, I just prayed for you. She goes, what? Oh my gosh, I need it. I'm not really doing that. I'm not really doing well with my walk with Christ. Well, you need to come to church with me. And I'm like, how do you measure that? How do you measure that? Do you just type a note to yourself? Well, our new metric is friends who come to Jesus because of, a prayer invitation, right? And I agree. And it's important for us to measure certain metrics, right? Because you need to know why people are leaving too, if they're leaving. But I don't think it's what we hang our hat on. What we hang our hat on is what he's saying. I want to hang my hat on. I did my job as a pastor when I said, hey, you need to pray for a friend. She prays for the friend and she sees the friend.
Yeah, you preach something, someone actually did it.
Yeah.
How about that's pretty cool. Seriously.
Cut the podcast. We're done. There it is. That's my walk off. I'm done. I retire. Right. And I think that's a metric that goes unheard of, that goes unspoken. But I agree with him. I feel this burden of equipping better. We had Kairos too. Loved it. And I'm immediately thinking, how can we do better? Because more people should have been here for this. But maybe that's just my own personal pressure as a pastor. Maybe.
Well, I think that's what it starts with. What do you care about? And do you care about that for your church? And then the church follows you in that direction.
Right.
And so it starts with him as a leader, the head pastor of what are we going to do with these people? What do we care about? Because if you just care about the numbers, then you're going to push that down to your people. Hey, I just want more people on Sunday. And also your people are going to focus on. They don't care about anything else. So it starts with that leader. As you were talking, I was wondering, I was like, man, maybe this is why they used to do testimonies back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Just because you just hear the story, it doesn't matter how many people are there. It's like, oh man, God's doing something in someone's life.
Well, let me throw. Yes, you're right. And maybe we see it a little bit different. And the reason we see it a little bit different is we all know if it's just about a number, we throw the right big event, you'll get the number. If we really wanted to see 3,000 people at an event, you get the right headlines, you give away the right stuff, and you and I both know what? You get 3,000 people. It's really not that hard. But if you're trying to disciple those 3,000 people, you have to roll up your sleeves to get to work. What does Sean Neff said? You got to like the shovel.
It's a joy to shovel.
It's a joy to shovel. You're going to be shoveling a lot, right? And so I think that's the difference. And when you put it back to Ephesians 4, that's hard work.
Yeah.
That's just hard work. It's just hard work. Okay, speaking of that, let's get into the Devos. I made an epic mistake today. Apparently, we're in Colossians, guys. We're in Colossians. We're no longer in Psalms. Apparently, we're in Colossians.
Yeah, we're in Colossians.
So, go ahead.
It's funny. Somebody had mentioned that yesterday. They were like, "We're in Colossians," and I said, "Sure."
So you didn't know either? Okay. Well, I talked to Mandy. Mandy says we all knew. We all knew we were doing 75 Psalms and heading over to something else and then coming back. Were you aware? She said we even voted on it and agreed.
I don't remember the voting on it, but I remember I was in a text message about the notation on the app.
Okay.
Someone told me, I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were doing that. And then they're like, oh, let me go verify then. And then that's why I knew.
But according to you, my wife very rarely gets it wrong. So we got it wrong?
Well, I read Colossians today.
Well, I'm not down there. I'm saying. Well, I also know messages were sent out that you guys missed too. So
okay. Well, just so y'all know, I doubted her. I said she was wrong, and she told me at the gym this morning. She goes, "No, we voted on it. You was there." And I was like, "I wasn't there. It was another brother that looked just like me, but it wasn't me." But according to you, I was there, so I am wrong.
No, I don't remember that either.
Okay,
I just know messages went out.
Mike, am I wrong? Do I got to go back and apologize? Come back with some flowers?
It's probably a good idea.
Am I wrong or is Mandy wrong? Which one is it?
Well, we're gonna say you're wrong. That's what we're gonna say right now.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a relationship. It's probably gonna be your and I. Okay.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad you believe in me. Okay. Well, I just want to say, you guys can get to Colossians. You guys do Colossians. I didn't do Colossians, so if you guys did Colossians, I'll get to. I just want to give you an observation of Psalms real quick, and I was going to lay it out there. I was preaching at New Life Church in Bakersfield. One of my pastors, Pastor James Ranger. Thank you so much for having me. Honor and a pleasure. Wonderful staff, wonderful congregation, just incredible. Love it. And I was doing some more studying because they're doing songs for the soul. They're in the book of Psalms. And I was doing some more study on Psalms 15 and Psalms 24. Who may ascend into the mountain of the Lord? He who has clean hands and a pure heart does not lift his soul to another. Also, doesn't speak false testimony. I've talked to you guys about it before. In doing my research, I found out that not only did David write that Psalms, but David wrote that Psalm while the Ark of the Covenant was in a tent in the Holy Mountain, Mount Zion, and Temple Mount. And I thought that was interesting because the tabernacle of the Lord was at Gibeon. And so you had the house of the Lord in one place, but you had the presence of the Lord in another. And it got me thinking that there are a lot of people who believe they go to the house of the Lord, but they never experience the presence of the Lord. They go to church, but they don't feel the Holy Spirit. They go to church, but they don't worship the Lord. They're just content with being in the house of the Lord, but they're not truly seeking the presence of the Lord. David got it right. David was like, the tabernacle and the house might be in one city, but I got to go to where the presence is. I got to be where the presence of God is. And I think that's a word for somebody. Don't mistake the house of God for the presence of God. Be a passionate pursuer of the presence of God. And that's between you and him and you seeking him, not just you being in the house, but seek the Lord. That's what I got. Is that crazy or what?
Yeah.
That was good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, give me Colossians. What you got?
Colossians chapter 1, see verse 9 says, for this reason, since the day we had heard about you, we have not stopped praying for you. We continually ask God to fill you with the knowledge of his will through all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives, so that you may live a life worthy of the Lord and please him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God. I thought it was just a good example of how to pray for people.
Talk to me.
I continually pray for you that you be filled with knowledge through the wisdom and understanding of the Spirit gives, that you may continue just to grow in the knowledge of God, and you may be able to just bear fruit in your life. It's like, how do you pray for someone? I think this is the perfect way just to pray for someone, that they'll continue to gain in wisdom, in knowledge of God, that they may bear fruit in their life. So you're thinking, man, I feel like God's, someone came to mind, you don't know how to pray for them. Pray that they just grow in knowledge of God. They grow in wisdom, so they may be able to live according to God's principles and his standards, and they may bear fruit in their lives. And so just a good example, I think, that he had of here, just how to pray for people.
Can you go back and read that verse? Does it say you're going to bear fruit?
Bearing fruit in every good work.
Interesting. It doesn't say you're going to produce it.
Mm-hmm.
I just caught that when you were reading it. It does not say you're going to produce fruit. It says you're going to bear fruit. Mm-hmm. You guys understand the difference? I mean, does that make sense, the difference there? Mm-hmm. Producing means it's under it's something you did. Mm-hmm. Bearing means it's something that he did. Yep. So we keep thinking it's us. Mm-hmm. And it's not us. It's you allowing the Holy Spirit to live through you. And that's how you bear fruit.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. It's like, man, I can't do it, or I can't live up to God's standard, or I
No,
can't.
I can.
Yeah, of course not. We know you're jacked up. I know you can't live like Jesus, but allow Him to do a work in
Yes.
you, and then you'll be able to bear fruit because He's going to produce it in you. It's going to be something like, man, I can't believe my life is changing. I can't believe I'm more patient now. I can't believe I didn't get angry right now.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? It's like, oh, God is doing something in you.
Well, yeah, because don't nobody have more patience. I'm preaching to the choir right here, but you know what I mean? Like, it has to be the Lord.
Yeah.
You didn't tap into that.
No. It has to be the Lord. Absolutely. That's so good. And that's when people say, I can't, like you said, I can't believe. I can't believe I didn't respond that way. I can't believe I didn't react. Well, praise God. That's proof that God is working in your life. So good. By the way, are you a fan of Colossians? I love Colossians. I didn't know we were reading it.
I am. I don't think of it. Then you read it and it's really good. So I don't know.
It's not a go-to book.
Yeah, it's not but then you read it. It's like, this is good. I should be going to it more than you don't.
It's kind of like one of them desserts where you eat and you're like, that's really good, but why don't I think of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, go ahead. Notice how I went back to desserts? So real quick, only because I said it, was your wife brought out some candy for Kairos too.
People ate that. It was almost candy left.
Hold on. So I was like, oh man, what would be real good? Just before I grabbed it, I go, man, it'd be real good if this Almond Joy had been in the fridge. Man, I grabbed it, it was cold as ice. I said, oh man.
They were in the fridge.
She goes, yeah, Deshaun put it in the fridge. And Mike goes, Deshaun done turned me on to some cold candy, boy. It's my favorite. I can't stop eating it.
Like cold candy hits different.
Hey, cold peanut butter cups.
But not in the freezer, right, D?
Don't freeze it.
Go ahead.
I'm still
What you got, Colossians?
I'm still an amateur to that. Colossians 2, it says this, verse 18.
Yeah.
Do not let anyone who delights in false humility and the worship of angels disqualify you. Such a person also goes into great detail about what they have seen. They are puffed up with idle notions by their unspiritual mind. And one of the things that stuck out to me, I said, God brings people like Paul into our lives to lead and encourage us to love God. But there are people, as there are also people in our lives who try to disqualify us from living a life that God wants for us. And I talk about this probably pretty frequently, and just who you bend your ear to.
Yeah, you do.
You said yesterday, D, you said in one of your points, I wrote it down, the question isn't if we are being influenced, but rather who is influencing us. And it's just the same thing. Is
so true.
You know, who are we allowing to speak into our lives? But one of the things that kind of stuck out to me is that, you know, you have people who are positive for you, then you have haters. And one of the things I probably struggle with the most is that I find that I'm the biggest hater in my life sometimes.
Yeah, enemy is the enemy. Yeah.
And that's the biggest enemy is my enemy.
Yeah.
And so I have to, you know, going back to that scripture of taking every thought captive, I've got to really make sure that I am, you know, what am I listening to?
Right.
You know, is this, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? Only because, did you say, was that opening verse false humility? Is that what it said?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question? When it said false humility, did anything go through your mind when it says false humility?
I just think of people who are fake.
Yeah, go ahead. I just want to pick your brain on that. Like, what do you, like, why would, I guess what I'm asking is, why would somebody fake to be humble?
Well, they're faking everything at that point.
Okay.
Delights in false humility that worships the angels and worships angels and try to disqualify you. I mean, so it's this idea of people who are putting on a front. They're saying, because he's writing against this like super religious and you check every box and it's not only is it false humility, but it's a false relationship with God. It's a false walk with the Lord. It's everything is just it's a front. Okay. Everything's a front.
What do you think when he says false humility? I just think it's has he said, I know he's probably said it somewhere else in one of the other epistles or something or letters, but I don't recall ever hearing him talk much about false humility. I don't know, just it's clicking in my brain right now.
Yeah, man, you have the story of Jesus, you know, the one that comes up and saying, thank God I'm not like them. Yeah. That's that false humility. One who's won't lift their eyes up. Yeah. And so, because all of us know you're required to be humble, because you're required to be humble before God, because you know there's one authority. So you know that's required for everyone to see it. But it's like, no, you really actually think you're above God. You think you're special. And so for people to really follow you, a pastor needs to have some sense of humbleness underneath God. But and sometimes it can get tricky, at least for me. But also, you want your the person out there speaking to actually be confident, because you're like, I'm listening to you if you ain't confident. So it could be this thing. And so, I think even for people who are leaders, that you're always playing this, it's like it's a little bit tricky. You need to be humble, but you also need to be confident in what you're saying. No one wants to listen to you.
So let me ask you guys, how's humility played out then? Like, how's it walked out? What's a humble person look like? Just give me some like key attributes or characteristics, maybe.
Key attributes to somebody who's humble: they're coachable.
Could that just be number one? Survey says. Can we bring Steve Harvey on and just say that's survey says that's number one? Gotta be coachable.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because when you're coachable, you recognize that you don't have it all.
Right. So good.
And then, but you also value the person that's coaching
Is the
you.
antithesis of that? Is the opposite of that mean that that's extremely prideful then?
Yeah, absolutely.
So a non-coachable person is really prideful.
Yes, because in a couple different ways.
I'll buy that.
A coachable person values. First of all, they recognize that they don't have it all.
Perfect.
So they look at themselves a certain way.
Yes.
But another thing about a coachable person is that they value the person who's speaking.
So good. Yes.
You know, and so we showed that like workout guy, like, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. I will never listen to the,
the fat trainer.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that coachable person is saying, hey, you're not even saying the person who's coaching you is the best ever at any, whatever facet there is that they're coaching you, but they're saying, hey, I value whatever it is that you're speaking to me, that I will listen to it and I will apply it. And so I think that part of being a humble person is recognizing that you're coachable. You don't have it all together, but then you also value the person who's coaching you.
Okay, what about you? Give us. Do you have a characteristic or a trait, maybe?
Yeah, you're always thinking of other people.
Wow.
Instead of always just thinking, how does this affect me? What about me? You're thinking, how does this affect other people? And so maybe we can be quick to just, man, what if I give this away? What, or if I do this, like, I always put me in a hard spot instead of thinking, like, okay, how's everyone else going to feel? Like, how's everyone else going to handle the situation? I think you see a lot when people think of like a good father, they're always thinking about the family before they think about themselves. Yeah. And so it's just that mindset of coming in. It's not like, how do I feel in this? And so, like, my wife says she wanted to go on this certain vacation. She knew I didn't want to go, and she didn't tell me that we had to go, but she was just like, hey, I would like to do this, and I know you don't want to do this. And so I was like, well, we're going to do it. Now, like, but it's just, I'm not thinking about myself, Yeah.
So what did Tim Keller say? It's not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. That's it. That's it. Yeah, when I think of humility, too, I love coachable's got to be really the number one, because that really tells us a lot, right? And then number two, I think that right there, thinking of yourself less, right? Like putting others first, but also think quick to apologize. Like somebody who's just quick to own it. Like, hey, you know what? Dang it, I did do that. Darn it. Like, I got to do better. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I sincerely apologize, and I would like an opportunity to make it right. Because all throughout the Bible, we see people who want to make it right. And the most notable one was Zacchaeus. And I don't know what they talked about at lunch, but what a lunch. Zacchaeus doesn't come out the house saying, I'm going to pay everybody back, and 3 to 7 times fold. And Jesus then looks and says, hey, this guy found salvation. Like there's some notable differences in him. He's bearing fruit now. And I think it's when you're a humble person when you're able to quickly own it. And because you're thinking of yourself less, and because you're coachable, you're just like, yeah, I probably did that. That's why when I think people thought I was kidding. Like, I think it was maybe 5 weeks ago in the message when I told everybody, y'all got to defend me. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I bumped into Anthony and he didn't say hi, he seemed kind of rude. Oh, well, depending on where you bumped into me at, I've had my bad days, who hasn't had a bad day at Costco, right? Or a bad day at Walmart, or a bad day just period. It's understanding that I'm human and I could have possibly made a mistake. So I want to have a posture of teachability so to make sure that I stay humble, because humility is a choice you choose. It's not like you get saved and all of a sudden you're humble. It's something you have to choose, and you have to choose it daily. You have to even choose it situationally and circumstantially, as you have to choose it. Moving into your message, I got a chance to watch it yesterday when I got done with church yesterday here for young adults. I came back and watched it while Mandy was finishing up, and I thought she did a really good job. I have a question for you though. So what was going on with you? You said I keep being emotional. You're like, it's just what? Tell me as a communicator, people often wonder why we get emotional. Like, walk us through your feelings. What was actually? You do have a feeling. I know you have one.
You put an S on that. That's plural.
I meant to say feeling. Walk us through your feeling, but I noticed like you start talking about your legacy of faith. What were you processing?
I don't know. I think it's maybe I don't express it, so then I express it and I'm shocked. Like, oh, what's going on? And I can't
Where did that
control
one
it.
feeling come from?
Get back down.
Yeah.
Get back down.
Well, don't you pop your head up.
By the third service, I had it under control.
That's the service I watched.
No.
Yeah, but what was it? What were you thinking? What were you processing? Was it just because your mom was in the audience, or
No, because first service I lost it even worse. And not even talking about my mom. And so I was combination of that and just remembering like my grandfather's church and the songs they were singing and just like because they're all passed away now. And so, but these are the songs they were singing, and they had this hope, and now they're experiencing it. You know, the songs that they sing, they're experiencing now. So
just because you said that, real quick, I want to teach people. The Bible says these three remain: faith, hope, and love. And he says the greatest of these is love. But it's not that to minimize faith or hope. Faith gives way to experience. Hope gives way to sight. But it's God's love that endures forever. So it's not that one is greater than the other. It's just the other two fade because you're there, Jesus.
That's good.
And that's exactly what they saw. And that, or they're seeing or being. And I thought you did a great job. And by the way, because he lives in an all-time hymn, come on.
I was shocked how many people knew it.
Yeah.
And I was shocked people wanted to know it. I was like, hey, what was that? They wanted to go look it up. And I was just shocked. Like, people are like, that really have to be.
And I think we've said this before. They don't write music like that no more. Like, that is scripture-filled, theologically sound worship. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Like, you let people sing this, you ain't got to worry about them cheating or or whatever those worship leaders are doing. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to worry about them clubbing. They're in the presence of God. They're singing hymns from the soul. I thought you did an excellent job. I think it's good that people see our vulnerability, and especially for those of us who aren't overly emotional, because I was cracking a joke. I was somewhere and I was like, yeah, man, Deshaun, I be saying some funny stuff. He don't ever crack a smile. He don't even move. And I go, he's got one feeling. I know it's in there. But I be joking, but then people get to see that. Yeah. And it's like, no, I am touched. Like, I know I come from a legacy of faith, and like, it means a lot to me. So I think it's good to be vulnerable like that. I'm with you, though. I don't like to cry, so I'm like, suck that tear back up. Get back in there. Because people are going to think I got a lot of feelings, and I don't. I got one.
Not now.
So,
Not now.
Yeah. Y'all getting carried away. But I thought you did a really good job. I love the part about where you can put your hope. And I think that's what people need. Matter of fact, share a quick story. I was at New Life Church yesterday, and you guys know me. I like to hang out with people. I like to see, what you update at your church. You guys know I'm like a church, I don't know, connoisseur. Like, I like the stuff, right? I like to see their sanctuary. Their sound guy was amazing. Shout out. It was dialed in. For the building to be way constructed as like ours, it's just hard. He had it dialed in. I was super impressed.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was super impressed. And so anyway, long story short, I'm hanging out with people, and it's funny is they were really shocked that I wanted to pray with people. Like, I'm gonna hang out and talk with people and pray with people. Like, no, this is me. Like, I love it. And this young gal walks up to me, and she's just broken. Just got off drugs. Kids are mad. One kid won't talk to her. Just single mom. She said, just got a job, moved into the trailer park. And I'm like, I got to connect you with the pastor. She goes, I've been walking past this church to get to my job from my house. I think she said 2 or 3 weeks. And then she said, I was raised in church. I knew I had to come back. And then you're the speaker. And she goes, I felt like you were just talking to me. I had made a point in the service to talk about we live with broken people. We don't need to gossip. You don't need to know about old girl's problems. You need to know about the one that just walked in that needs hope. That's what you need to know. You need to be available. You can't be weighed down with other people's gossip and still try to help somebody who's broken and needs hope. It doesn't work that way. You can only carry so much weight. And so I'm telling this story, and people are just crying. Just like, you're right. Like, because you don't need to know little homie's problems either and who he's been with. It doesn't matter. So people are laughing. But she matters. And she's trying to get her life right with her kids. She's trying to make restitution here. We need to develop this. We need to help her. We need to be the church. And you can't do both. Fresh water, salt water can't come out of the same mouth. And that's what people need. And so I got to pray with her. I got to connect her with one of the pastors there. And it's like, this is why we exist. We don't exist to be a Bless Me Club. We exist for people who are broken, who need hope and healing. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Like that resonated with me yesterday. Like that's why we have a hope.
Yeah.
Let's give them the hope is not in us either. It's in Christ. Once we think it's in us, we mess the whole thing up. But it's in Christ. And because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Great job.
Thank you.
What do you got for him? And then we're going to ask him what he would do different. We're going to let him play Monday morning quarterback.
One of the things that you had examples you had shared is, talking about standards of building, and
That was good.
and,
Good point.
and you had said, are you going to build? Are we going to build our lives according to His standards? And just the thought of, I think I've been challenged recently to just go deeper in my word and go deeper in my time. We talked about prayer the other day.
Yeah.
Because I think that if I'm not careful, like I just have this bent to go back to like what I see or what I feel and try to build around that. And it'll fail. Like I have to keep coming back to His standards, His word, not by sight, right? Not by what's in front of me. And so anyway, I was just challenged to dive deeper and go deeper and make sure that when I'm building all the things that I really value in my life, that I'm building it on His standards.
That was such a good analogy, by the way. Good job. What do you feel like you could have done better?
Well, one thing I completely missed at the end, because I kept editing my notes over and over again, and I cut it out. This was supposed to be an introduction to the whole series. I mentioned So I mentioned at the beginning, I'm supposed to go back to that at the end and totally cut up my notes on the accident. I literally remembered this morning, and I was like, oh, that was the whole point of the sermon. And because we're talking about, did Jesus actually say that? And so the argument is like, why should we even care about what Jesus said? Like, why is it important to really know what He said? And not just like, oh, I think He said this, or you just these cool quotes that we see, or something you got from Hobby Lobby. But they're probably like good, but but to really know what He said, because if you do know what He really said and you build your life on that, it's life changing. Yeah. And it's not just for this life, but for eternity. So.
Yeah. Well, we're getting ready to celebrate America 250 right here. 4th of July is going to be special all over, no matter where you're going to be. A lot of flags out, a lot of patriotism right now. Everybody's
Saturday though, man.
I know it's
we
on
got church
Saturday.
the next day.
We got church the next day.
People are gonna do it big.
It's going to be a lot of burning of money. We call it AKA fireworks. And I was thinking just about it. Started watching a documentary on Netflix about the establishment of America. This idea they had, right? And you got people already. Gavin Newsom out there. It's failed. It's a failed process. Well, why are you running for president? You know what I mean? If it's failed, why are you a governor? Right? Like
benefited you pretty good.
I'm
there.
supposed to love Him in Jesus' name. Okay. Well, didn't say nothing about liking Him, but all right, I love Him in Jesus' name. But I started thinking about this, and I started thinking about our travels together and places we've been and stuff. And you know what? I thought we would do a tribute to America 250. Just what is it? And I'm going to go ahead and start this one. She's not perfect. I've had my fair share of run-ins with injustices, in which was supposed to be a place where we could find justice. May justice roll down from the hills, as the great Dr. King said. May we find that justice is blind, but obviously it was deaf and dumb as well. I've had my fair share of grievances. I've had my fair share of problems. I've had my fair share of issues. But you know what I love about it? People. The people here. The democratic process, for the most part, has worked. It has been truly governed by people, and if you don't like the people who are in it, well, you can vote them out. I don't want to get into all the cheating and stuff like that. I won't talk about that, but you do have a method. What I like about it here is the freedom. Being the only church in our county to be fined for the COVID violation, I realized that freedom could be taken away, but it would never be upheld on a court system that was number one's highest priority was the Bill of Rights. The number one priority was the amendments and the First Amendment in general. We could not vote against the assembly. It got it right in the end. Took years, but it got it right. To me, that gave me hope. I love the freedom that we have here. The freedom to assemble. The freedom to proclaim Christ as King. You can get out on a sidewalk and preach. They may try to quiet you, to limit you, but you can't do it. You can't preach this gospel. And I don't want to take that for granted, that we have placed here something where all men are created equal. Now, how that's governed and how that's played out, but I see success stories that just blow me away. People going from rags to riches, from picking in the fields to owning the fields. I don't have to look far. I just have to look at one of my grandparents. Went from picking fields to fighting in the fields in a war, to coming home to using his GI Bill to buy his first home. That's America. I think of all these things that has made this country great in the fact that my father got to start his own business, right? After 20 years of military service, gets to start his own business and is doing well for himself. I think that's the success stories. I think we're success stories as our church and the things that we're able to do and the people we're able to help. Is she perfect? Not at all. Probably not even close. Can we do better? All the time. But could that not be said of God's church here in America? Is she perfect? Not at all. Can we do better? Absolutely. But the framework is in place for people to succeed, and that's our goal, is to help them succeed. So here's to America 250 on my end. I will be burning some money. I will get some fireworks. I will have me some fun. Why? Because I believe in what it stands for. And to me, this is still the greatest nation on this planet Earth. And there's no other place I'd rather live than right here. And so what do I say now? Go ahead, USA Soccer. Bring one home. I don't know how you're going to do it, but let's go ahead and do it, even though I'm wearing the Mexico shirt. What you got, Bishop? America 250.
No, it's just tricky. Yeah, everyone wants a little bit tricky. No, dude. I mean, we've been to different places and different countries, and I do love the opportunity that we get here in America. I mean, I think you see these biases wherever you go. Places will say they're not there, but you go to a place like India and you'll say like, hey, these people are all loving and caring, and you'll see these huge slums and the caste system still exists, and all these things that people say aren't there, and if they think it's better, and you see people think Cuba's better, and people actually show you videos of it, and you see that, oh, maybe it's not better. And so it definitely is issues. So the same thing, I face certain things, I face racism and different things and throughout my life, but I never use that as an excuse, because I see my family members all overcome that, who had it worse than I did, and be very, very successful. And so I never saw that I can even use that excuse, because they went before me and done really well, despite the things that they were against. So it's not perfect, just like the church isn't perfect, but yet it's still God's church. And so our country isn't perfect, but I think there's a lot of good we still do here, based upon even our faith, the Christian faith. That I think that's one reason that Christ continues that God has blessed our country so far, and hopefully we don't get too far away from that, because there's many great nations that have failed, and we're not exempt from that. Nope. And so if we get too far off, we could see this is one great nation not be so great anymore.
Yep, I agree.
Ditto to all that. I just think about like the beginning point that everybody has here for success, as you look around the world, is such a blessing. We go in our kids' school district. Every kid that goes to school every day gets free lunch. Every kid who goes to school for free. Like, they don't have to buy a uniform. They don't have to buy books. And so I just think about like just the basic things like that. We talk about the welfare system and all these things that, again, you could argue are broken, but at the same time they give people this jumping place to become whoever they want to become. Whereas in other countries, if you were in that same position, you would never have the opportunity to go to school. You would never have the opportunity to have free food, or you would never have the opportunity. That's right. And we give this baseline of if you're running a race, right? Like, we as a country are allowing every person to start further in the race than the majority of countries around the world. And so is it broken, and are there things that need to be changed? Yeah, absolutely. But it is a beautiful thing to know that every person has an opportunity to succeed.
Well said. And let's sell off to what I consider one of the best renditions of the national anthem. Here's Chris Stapleton, national anthem. Let it go.
Oh, say, can you see by the at the twilight that's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight